Hey there, back in the shop with another router trick for you today. Now, setting up routers, you've got the basic concepts. One of the hardest things that we do, ultimately, is setting the depth of the bit. Usually you take your steel rule, get it down here, but you know what? My eyes are getting a little older, so this takes a little more setup control, and it's not always perfect and easy to do. If you've got a rule with markings on the side, you can do that, but this one doesn't have that. So I start to rock into the hole. That's why I came up with this simple little setup block that helps you set your depth without any problems. Let me show you how I made it over at the table saw. To run a piece safely vertically on the table saw, you want to use some kind of a push block. In this case, I've got one that actually fits over my fence. We'll use 4 different fence settings to make our first passes on the block. We'll set it at 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and 5/8. Basically, you'll make your passes, reset, make your pass, reset until you've got all 4 edges run. Then you want to reset your fence to a 1/2 inch or actually 3/8 on the scale because you want to include the blade and make a 1/2 inch pass. You'll be resetting the fence height to 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, and you'll make passes against the fence on each of those accordingly to give you the finished height as you see here on the finished block. Off the table saw, I went to my marker and put an 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch markings, and I marked it on the edges too, just to be safe, so that I know what I'm setting for. My 1/8 inch, there's my depth, and you can see it walks around. Now, by the way, if you need to set for 3/4 inch, you can use the full depth of the block because that's what I started out as. So really you get 5 dimensions out of one block. Now, all you have to do, and if you're working with one hand, a little squeezy clamp helps out. Put it on there, and you just zero in to your 3/8 until it touches. There's your touch, and there's your depth. You're ready to go. Simple enough, lock it in, and the eyes get a rest. And that'll work with any size router and also any width bit. Now I've actually seen these done by other folks who will run grooves through the center of the board. That's all fine and dandy, but if you get with a wider bit, it's not going to fit in those grooves. That's why I made mine on the outside of this, so that if you've got a wider bit, you can slide right up to it, not a problem. So that's our router setup trick for today. Look for more tricks from Popular Woodworking coming soon.